Hi fans, and welcome to this WPIAL Finals edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Last week, Woodland Hills defeated Upper St. Clair 42-20 in the WPIAL semifinals. We're going to sit down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak to review last week's victory over the Panthers, and we'll look forward to this week's WPIAL Finals against the North Allegheny Tigers. That and more as the pregame show rolls on right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Let's go, defense. Coming for you. Hey. Here.
Coach, we're going 21. Tom, 21.
Make sure you stay off the orange helmet.
Three technique to the strike.
Oh, where's the safety? I can see him. Okay.
Hi again, fans, and welcome to this WPIAL Finals edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. We're now sitting down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak. And Coach Novak, before we talk about this week's WPIAL Finals against North Allegheny, let's take a look back to last week's victory over Upper St. Clair. In the first half, you were able to take advantage of some mistakes by Upper St. Clair. They did the same, making it close at halftime, but you took control of the football game in the second half.
Yeah, it was a great football game. Our kids, I'm just so proud of them, the effort they put forth, you know, from the beginning of the year, all year, from the last January, and they started lifting all the way through the spring and into the summer. And they worked very hard, and I'm just really proud of them and their efforts. You know, just all of them. I think, you know, that's a great accomplishment to beat a team that beat you in the first week. In the 12th week, which showed that they improved, and, you know, to the man, everybody improved, and it's a marathon now. It really is. You know, the kids, after going this almost 4 months, they've been practicing and playing games and scrimmages, so it's really a marathon. And you know, my hat's off to Upper St. Clair. They got a great program, and you know, we felt our kids played exceptional, and we did take advantage of some turnovers, but we still had to put them across the goal line, and we had some good field position in the first half, and they were aided by a couple. We had a turnover. They got a good field position. Got to go two scores there. And, there was a tough call in there, tough penalty that set up their first touchdown on a pass interference. So, you know, that was a great game for us. And I think coming out the second half, you know, we changed up a few things. What we wanted to do, we wanted to throw the ball a little bit. And, you know, Tom Green took over, and Cody and Khalil Harper did a great job.
Talk about the defense for the second straight week. They came to play football.
Our defensive staff put together a heck of a defensive game plan. They put a lot of time and energy into breaking down North Allegheny or Upper St. Clair last week, as they did with North Allegheny this week. But you know, and they put a great game plan. The kids studied it. They studied film. They practiced hard and executed exceptionally. And I thought we stopped a very good Upper St. Clair offense.
The execution was most notably from the secondary. A great performance by Tom Green and Trayvon Mathis.
Yeah, anytime you get 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions in a game, that's a great game for the secondary. You know, Trayvon had a great 2 picks, the one he took for a touchdown, and Tom made one that, you know, he came out of nowhere, looked like Superman coming up, picked it off as they were trying to score on the goal line. They were in the red zone there, so that was a great play by Tom. It turned the ball back in our hands and stopped the drive they had.
Talk about the linebackers. Another big game by Beasley and Curry, and even we saw number 7 come in and make a big play, Osbrooks.
Day Osbrooks, you know, he came in. He's our fill-in at any position. He played linebacker. He also filled in the secondary at strong safety type position for Chris David when he was injured. He also had another interception. I think that's 3 for him for the year. Very good pass coverage guy.
Coach, up front, your defense was very strong yet again. Leading the way was Jawan Turner, but we saw Gibson, Solomon, and Akira McLean all making big plays as well.
Yeah, the defensive line has far exceeded anything we expected this year. They're all playing very, very well. And, you know, of course, Jawan Turner is just a fantastic player defensively and offensively. And, you know, he's the leader on the defensive line, and you know, Alex Beasley's the leader on the defense, and Tom Green. They just all do a great job. So I couldn't ask for more defensively than we got from them Friday night against Upper St. Clair.
And on the other side of the football, the story is pretty much the same. The leader of the offensive line is Jawan Turner. The backfield is led by Alex Beasley, at least last week it was. And, the wide receivers led by Tom Green.
And Khalil was in there, and, we had to play without Miles Sanders, our tailback. So we had to work some other guys in, and Day-Day White had a nice run for a touchdown. Alex had a touchdown, and we had another sophomore, Art Tompkins, score a touchdown. So, we had a guy that hadn't played. I think he had 3 or 4 carries all year in varsity games. He scored a 30-yard touchdown run. So, he's a sophomore. He's got a lot of potential.
Cody's been kind of quiet lately, but he certainly came back out for that Upper St. Clair second half.
He did a great job. We came out with a play that we haven't used since 1996 out of that wing, hitting Tom down the middle. Back in '96, we hit Delrico Fletcher down the middle on that same play against North Allegheny here in the mud. I'm sure you remember that. And, it was just something we haven't practiced a lot, but we saw it was there, and Tom made a great catch, and Cody made a great pass.
You take on the North Allegheny Tigers for the 3rd time in the WPIAL Championship game since 1996. Talk about what has become a pretty good rivalry in the WPIAL Finals.
North Allegheny, back when we first started, we were pretty even size-wise. Now they've grown a little bit, and we're a little bit less enrollment right now. And they're over 2.5 times our size, so they have a big school, and they're great in all sports. In football, they've been very, very good the last 3 or 4 years.
Of course, you have a long history with Art Walker Jr. dating back to his days at Central Catholic and most recently at North Allegheny.
Art's a great coach, and he has a great staff, a lot of ex-head coaches, and he has a great team this year. It's nice to play the good teams, and we were fortunate to beat a good Gateway team and a good Upper St. Clair team.
Talk about this North Allegheny Tigers team. What's it going to take to win the football game?
Well, they have a phenomenal team. They're ranked #1 in the state. They're in the top 50 in the country. They have a great quarterback. He's probably the key to their offense, because he not only runs the football well, but he has a great arm. And they have a lot of different pass plays that they try to use all year, and they mix it up. And they have some great receivers, tall receivers, kind of like Tom Green type size, and they run well. They have great tight ends. They have a great power game. They have a great passing game, and the quarterback can run. Whenever a quarterback runs a lot like Leftwich does, it's very, very tough to defend. But and as good as they are offensively, they've averaged over 40 points a game. They're better on defense. I think they're one of the top defenses in the WPIAL and maybe in the state. They were ranked #1, so they're pretty good.
Coach, talk about the injury front. Of course, Miles Sanders will return to the lineup, but you've lost Chris David.
Chris David has had a heck of a year for us. He was playing safety last week. He made a tackle, and he injured his knee, and the guy broke loose and scored a touchdown. It was about a 70-yard pass play that got their first score on the board. Just a tough break, because he's a great kid, and he's really a great player for us. But just for himself, I know he'd love to play down at Heinz Field. He's a junior, and like Harry, he's going to get a knee operation probably in December. And we've got to heal him up so he can come back for next year, because he's a great athlete.
Looking back to week 1, a lost Upper St. Clair, did you think we would be sitting here the week before the WPIAL Championship game talking about a possible 6th WPIAL title?
No, you know what, Adam, I never looked too far ahead, and I was just, wondering what we were going to do for the next game against McKeesport back then. And I knew we were going to get better. We just had to sit down as a staff and decide what direction we want to go and how we're going to tweak things offensively and defensively to get better.
Would you have believed we would have been here if I'd have told you before camp Ron Brown was going to transfer from Woodland Hills, Harry Randall was going to be injured and out for the season, you were going to start a freshman at running back, and you're going to run a spread offense?
I don't think anybody would have believed you, Adam.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck this week, and hopefully you can bring home that 6th WPIAL championship.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to be back right after this with more of the pregame show right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Go!
Again, fans, we thank you for joining us for this WPIAL Championship edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. As always, this week's game can be heard live on the radio on AM-1550 WLFP, as well as on the web at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com with the stream courtesy of MSAsports.net. Since it's a 2 p.m. kickoff, you can turn on your radios and turn down the TV on Root Sports and hear us all across the Pittsburgh area. You can also tune into the game live on cable radio on Monroeville Comcast Cable Channel 13, Penn Hills Comcast Cable Channel 98, and Verizon FiOS Channel 37.
Get up that hash if you feel it. Get up that hash if you...
For everybody at the Woodland Hills Football Network, I'm Adam Gusky, wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, a happy holiday season, and go Wolverines!